This afternoon our kids are coming over, and so I'm making some pico de gallo to have with tortilla chips. So I have tomatoes, a couple of limes, a red onion, a couple of jalapenos, and a bunch of cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you could use Italian flat leaf parsley instead. I'm starting with the jalapeno first, and I'm taking out all of the membranes and the seeds, and I'm wearing gloves for that. Next, I'm going to dice it really finely, and I ended up just using one jalapeno in this. If you like spicy things, add more. But the jalapeno was just the right amount for us. There was one person that thought that it could have had more in it, but everybody else I think was pretty happy with the heat that it had. Next, I'm starting in on the tomatoes, and I cut them, slice them one way, not going all the way through, and then go the other way, and then crosswise cut them to get a fine dice. You could probably use a food processor for this and just pulse it to keep it nice and chunky. And I probably cut up 7 or 8 tomatoes total. Most of the tomatoes I was using were very small. Next, I cut one lime in half and squeeze the juice into the container with the tomatoes and jalapenos. And I ended up just using one lime for this. You may want to use more than one. Next, I pull a handful of cilantro that I've washed and let drain in a colander. And I'm just kind of brushing the leaves with my knife to get them off and eliminate most of the stems. And I pulled out a big chef's knife to be able to chop the cilantro better. I had a red onion that I had already cleaned and peeled a couple of days before, so I'm just slicing that horizontally and then vertically, I guess, and then I will cut it crosswise to get a fine dice. So as you can see, I'm not really using measurements. I'm just adding what we like and the amounts that I think will taste good together. I read somewhere a couple of years ago, and I think it was in one of the Pioneer Woman cookbooks, that when you make pico de gallo, that you use equal amounts of onion and tomato. And I don't think that you would use equal amounts of jalapeno. And that she really adds a lot of cilantro to hers. But I was happy with the ratio of ingredients that I put in this. And here I am mixing it all together, and I could have gotten a bigger bowl to mix it up in, but I don't know why I didn't. I always hate to wash more dishes, so maybe that's why. And I do decide that it needs more onion and more tomato, so I went back and put more diced onion and tomato in it, and then mixed it up together. You could add some salt and pepper to this. I left out the salt because one of the people in our group was watching their salt intake, and I didn't want to make it too spicy by adding a bunch of black pepper either, so I left those out, but you definitely can put them in if you like that. So here you have my version of Pico de Gallo. This fed 6 adults, and we had lots of other things out on the table to go with it. So if I had had less things, I probably would have needed double this amount. This was really yummy. So get a bag of tortilla chips and some people that you want to have a good conversation with, and it makes for a good afternoon or start to a good meal, or accoutrement to tacos or taquitos. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this video, and have a great day.